Hello, welcome to Cosmic Love Tarot. Okay, before I start, I want to do, again, the prayer book. I want to be guided to the right page for the collective for this reading that I'm going to be doing today for you all. So let's see what is needed. Okay, the fourth day, a prayer of trust in God. God has created me to do him some definite service. He has committed some work to me which he has not committed to another. I have my mission. I may never know it in this life, but I shall be told it in the next. I am a link in a chain, a bond of connections between persons. He has not created me for naught. I shall do good. I shall do his work. I shall be a preacher of truth in my own place, while not intending it. If I do but keep his commandments and serve him in my calling. Therefore, my God, I will put myself without reserve into your hands. What have I in heaven, and apart from you, what do I have upon earth? My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the God of my heart and my proportion forever. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm just going to tap the bowl, the singing bowl, for the vibrations. Okay, I hope you're all well. Okay, the reading that I had another download last night, and I did write quite a few things out, and I've also placed 6 cards on the table to start off with for you. Now this is for the collective. This is for all of us. This is all to do with the revelations. I am not a religious person. I'm not a Christian, let's say. I am religious, but I'm not a Christian. There's some things I've read in the Bible, and there's some things I don't know. So I'm learning too. I'm all part of the collective, and so whatever reading I do for you, it's still part of me learning too. So, okay, I'll start off the what started this particular reading that's going to unfold. Okay, now it all begins with the synchronicities. We all, you know, if you're in this vibration with me right now, you've also been connecting in with the synchronicities and understanding what your angels are trying to say to you. Okay, so I also get drawn to maybe a film or a book. It might be absolutely anything. Last night I got drawn to watching a film on Prime. It's called Dark House. Okay, now there is a meaning behind everything, even films, books, whatever you'll get drawn to. There is an hidden meaning to it. The more that you look, the more you see it. Now, the Dark House, I'll give you just a briefly about what that film is about, because it is about the dark night. It's about God and evil. So the Dark House, okay, it's about a young man who is a psychic. He has psychic abilities. He doesn't know why he's got them, and these psychic abilities, he's only got to touch somebody and he can see when they're going to die and what they're going to die from. Okay, so he's lived basically most of his life in fear of touching anybody, and his mother is already in a mental home, and he hasn't seen his mother for quite a few years. Okay, so going back now to it. Okay. Now this person who has the psychic abilities, he goes back to his childhood dreams of an haunted mansion where a dark force lives. Okay. He always believes that it was a dream of his, and he always used to, from a child, used to draw this house. Okay. Okay, now then, with his psychic gifts and his visions, his mom asked to see him, and she was in a mental institution. Now, it said in the in the film, it was the Mother Revelations, which is quite interesting because the Mother Revelations is Virgin Mary, but it's called Mother Revelations on his 23rd birthday. Now, because of the way I read my messages to the divine, I put the 23 as the 5th chakra, throat chakra, okay? But 23 is also very, very significant or symbolic, let's say, to, I think it was in the Bible. Let me just put this on pause for a minute. Okay. So, like I said, Mother Revelations represents Virgin Mary. 23, it represents in the Bible judgment and restoration. It symbolises judgment as seen as 23,000 Israelites who died in a rebellion, but also indicates promise and restoration. It's all about divine order and redemption. It is associated with the themes of judgment, redemption, divine order, and spiritual growth. Okay? Divine completedness and God's power. The number reflects divine completedness and the fulfillment of God's plan throughout biblical narratives. Okay? So, going back now to, he goes in to see his mother, who's in a mental institution, on his 23rd birthday. Now, she tells him that his father is still alive. If he finds his father, he will then find the answers to his gifts, okay? And like I said, 23, I've classed that as the 5th throat chakra. There's a reason for this, because everything is all connected within as well as without, and vice versa, okay? Now then, the mansion, that was this house. Now, the mother had left him this house, but once he saw the photo of it, he realised that he used to think he was imagining this house he always used to draw, but it turned out that this house had something very, very significant to it. This house was a portal to the dark spirits. Okay. Now, this guy wanted to go to this house to find out who his father was and to get more answers to his own childhood and why he was seeing this house that he's always seen since childhood, and why has he got these psychic abilities. Now, inside this house, and it is a portal to the dark spirits, there was an inner conflict, very much of an entanglement in the battle with the malevolent entities that confronted his past and the origin of his powers. Okay. Now, I'd like to look into the revelation because I'm hearing this a lot lately. So something, it's in the cosmos, it's in the air. It feels like something is happening now with us, with all of us. Okay, the revelation means to reveal, okay, or to make known. The Bible assures us that the secret things belong to the Lord our God. But those things which are revealed belong to us and our children forever. It represents the 7 signs of the revelation, which is 7 seals and the 7 trumpets. Okay. Okay, so the revelation of an unknown fact is going to be disclosed to us. What that is at the moment, I don't know what that is. Okay, but in the Bible, it says disclosure of divine truth, purpose, or knowledge previously hidden from humanity, often through supernatural means like visions or spiritual insight. So many of you here would have also had these visions and these spiritual insights of the revelations that's happening in the world today. Okay, in the book of the Revelations, it specifically details future events and final conflicts between good and evil, and Christ's ultimate triumphs, God's judgment, and the final victory of Christ over evil. Okay, now then, I then had to look into the seal. The first seal was the white horse. A rider appears in a white horse, on a white horse, wearing a crown and carrying a bow, going out to conquer. Either he is pure in heart and speaks the gospel, or he is deceptive, world leader, associated with the Antichrist. Okay? The second seal is the red horse, a rider. On a fiery red horse is given a large sword and the power to take peace from earth, intense warfare and civil slaughter. So that's the aim of the second seal, to be revealed of this Antichrist, deceptive world leader, to create warfare and civil slaughter. Now I'm also seeing the second seal is also representing the second chakra, which is red, and it's also to do with passion. It's also to do with fire energy. It could be anger. Everything is wrapped up in that second chakra. I have mentioned it before in one of the readings. Now this also reminded me of, we've talked about the fire horse, which is in 2026, so I checked that out to see how that represents that one. So okay, the fire horse begins February the 17th of 2026. It ends February the 5th of 2027. Right, this only occurs every 60 years and bringing the intense, fast-paced energy. So while we're talking about the fire horse in our number 1 year, this is the year where we've repeated this before. This is the energy I'm picking up. So in 2026, okay, February the 17th, going back 60 years, in 1966 was the Vietnam War. It was also the revolution in China, and it was also a massive earthquake also in China. Going back further 60 years to 1906 was natural disasters, earthquakes. Okay, this is what's happening as well now in our 2026. Okay, let's go to the third seal. Now the third seal is also the black horse, the rider carrying a pair of scales, and a voice announces high prices for basic grains, meaning severe famine and economic hardship. Okay, this is also representing that chaos to create order energy, where it has to start with that civil unrest, where everything then gets completely chaotic. It's all set up. It's all to do with the evilness and God energy. So since 2020, a lot of people woke up, and it's about really seeing the evilness that happens in the world. It's always has been there anyway, but we're seeing it more. We become more aware of it, and this is why I'm becoming more aware of the revelations that was in the book, in the Bible. The fourth seal. Okay, so the name Death, the pale horse, is death, followed by Andes. Andes in Greek mythology, Andes is the who takes the dead to the underground. It's also to do with where we, what's that name for it? Where we start to reflect upon our own life experiences and where we've done wrong ourselves. It's like Judgment Day. That's the energy that I've picked up from there. But anyway, it's by Ains. And they give authority over the fourth of the earth to kill by sword. Okay, hold on. Okay, because I still need that. Right. So the fourth seal, okay, it was about, followed by Ains, they give authority over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, which goes back to the second, which is to do with the rider of a fiery red horse, is giving the power to take peace from earth. Okay. The fourth, so 4% is 8 million people. Okay, that's the plan. That's always been the plan, to oh, why have I just gone blank there? Yes, to kill some of the human race, where it was to do with that we are taken up too much of the resources of Mother Earth. Okay, so 8 million people, that's the plan. Now this will be done through famine, plague, or wild beast. Well, wild beast, take that how you want to. I know how I see it, where it's to do with the evilness of this world. And in total, about 8 million people. Sorry, billion people. The 5th seal is the martyrs under the altar. John says the souls of those slain for their faith, the cry for justice, told to rest until their fellow martyrs is complete. Okay, martyrs is all to do with what your belief system is, because everything is in question with God. It's about God's truth, okay? So what is your belief, and why are you standing strong in your belief? So it's like saying, where you're angry towards somebody acting a particular way that goes against your values and your beliefs. But there could be also something within you that might not stand true to God. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. It's like that judgment day. It's the judgment day. And so where we're passing judgment on others, it's like going down that rabbit hole and you start judging others. It's also looking back at yourself. It's something that's hidden in shadow that needs to be looked at. Okay, I'm learning this too. Okay. The 6th seal. The 6th seal is the cosmic disturbances. Massive earthquakes, sun turns black, moon turns blood red, the stars fall from the sky, people of all ranks hide in caves, fearing the wrath of the Lamb. So all ranks hide. So it doesn't matter if you're really rich or poor, it doesn't matter, you know, what your lifestyle is. If you haven't led by God, if you haven't been led with a pure heart, with a pure intent, then it's the wrath of God, okay? Because it will be judgment day. The 7th seal is silence in heaven. Upon its opening, there is a silence in heaven. This serves as a transition, okay? Now, I want to go back to the 6th seal. The 6th seal as the cosmic disturbances, because I wanted to look into where it was on about the massive earthquakes. I've already mentioned that anyway. And the sun turns black and the moon turns blood red. Now, on February the 17th, again, February the 17th, which I did say it was February the 17th of the fire horse. February the 17th, the moon will pass directly between the sun and earth to create a ring of fire that appears around the moon, okay? The full moon, which is also the blood moon on March the 3rd, is the rare, celestial, spectacular, total lunar eclipse. The moon will pass directly into Earth's shadow and takes on a reddish-orange hue. Okay, it's all to do with the shadow on Mother Earth. But we'll also see the shadow within ourselves as well as outside of ourselves, what's going on in the world today. Okay, I then looked into redemption. Redemption is action of saving or being saved from sin, error and evil. That's what it's about. It's all about redemption. I've also got the trumpets as well. Okay, so it's about, will you need to be saved by God, or will you be saving somebody from evil? It's quite interesting. Or will you be saving yourself from evil to be saved by God? It's about understanding the sin, what sins. Okay, action of regaining or gaining possession of something in exchange for payment or clearing a debt. Okay, now something else. Okay, the trumpets. So the first 4 trumpets, that causes disaster and a third of the earth, burning trees, blood, filled seas, poison rivers, darkness, sun, moon and stars. On the 5th trumpet, releases demonic locusts from the abyss to torment people for 5 months. On the 6th trumpet, 4 fallen angels are unleashed to kill a third of humanity by demonic forces. Now the 4 fallen angels was going to be released from, is it Euphrates River? Once it dries up, and it was already drying up, and it will be completely dried up by 2040. Once dried up, these 4 fallen angels will be released. Okay. Now these are the demonic entities that attach themselves to a lower density energy. That's why it's so important to keep your energies lifted higher. Keep your energies higher, but also it's working through your shadow self as well. This is the information that I've been given by my spirit guides to give to you, because it's happening as a cosmic. It's a cosmic. It's biblical. We all knew it was biblical, but me getting this, it was like, wow, that's interesting. Okay, now last night, because I've got all this and I ended up writing it all down, I decided to pick 6 cards. The first 3 cards was going to be for the revolution, and the other 3 cards was to do with redemption. Okay, these are the energy oracle cards. Now I left them there. I was going to do a reading last night, but I wrote everything down. I thought I'd do it today. Okay, now then, what I found really interesting with this, after reading all that, I got 2 archangels. So the 3rd chakra, which is Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel is the angel of peace, one who seeks God. He is associated with the divine love, compassion, and aiding in times of need. Love, peace, and harmony. This is for the revelation. Okay? For redemption, we've got the 2nd chakra, which is Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel is the angel of nature, of protector of earth, environments, animals, and natural resources. She serves as the guardian over the planets, the elements, earth, water, wind, and fire. She is the lioness of God, to God. This energy is a very, very powerful energy, and she also can what's it called? Thermokinesis. I can't even say it. It's when you can change by thought energies. Okay, so she can manipulate energies. She can generate and control, eat or cold. Well, I picked up from that also the evilness to it, because I know that they also have this special eye tech. I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's like crystalline kind of eye tech equipment, to, because it's reminding me of Hawaii, where it all got burnt. It was all quite strange how that happened. So there seems to be a darker aspect to this. But Archangel Uriel is protecting the earth, okay, even though evil is trying to destroy it. To bring in peace and compassion and harmony, I've got Archangel Chamuel, okay. So we'll go to the reading. Underneath the deck is hostilities. Okay, so for the revelations, okay, we got the 3rd chakra, like I said, Archangel Chamuel. Okay, it's all, I've got patience and I've also got strategy here. Okay, so what's going on in the world today is, for each individual, you definitely have learnt patience. Patience of finding answers, patience with yourself, patience with what's going on outside of you. Patience is also happening above, as well as patience is happening below. There's a lot of patience that's happening because everything is happening in divine timing when it's meant to happen. What I'm picking up by the divine is you still got to keep on working on yourself, especially the shadow self, which is extremely important because the shadow self belongs to the belief system. It's the program, it's the matrix. The more we understand our own shadow self and what has been caught up in our own belief system, the more we can mentally free ourselves from the matrix. So patience was also required, but always has been there for us to be patient with ourselves, that everything happens in divine timing. There is a strategy, the strategy of everything that is happening right now is being put in place for the bigger picture. But there's two opposing forces that's going on with this strategy, and this is what it's very biblical. Everything is happening how it's meant to happen. The same goes for the world leader about the Antichrist. Now, I've heard different things about, let's say, Donald Trump, for example. I did hear I don't know her name actually, and she does a lot of remote viewing, and she had said that he did die in 2017, I think it was. He was in hospital and he died, but he's been took over. And there's been a lot of remote viewers who can see that Donald Trump, especially as it's like a stepping of somebody from a higher vibration. That's what these remote viewers had said, which can leave a lot of people thinking, is he the Antichrist? I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't. Just saying. Okay. For redemption, about Mother Earth, and how all of the Mother Earth offers us so many natural resources to survive on this planet. We are charged. Everything is charged. And this is through that means we are always controlled in the matrix. When you go through famine, you go through high prices, economic losses, it affects our mental state. This is all planned to keep us in a lower density, to keep us trapped in the matrix, because these demonic forces that's going to be released, I think a lot of them's already been released anyway since CERN. But when they are released from, what was that called? The river? That river? Hold on, let me just get back to it. I'm always writing down loads and loads of paper. Can't remember what I said with that, because I checked it out. You can check it out. I never put things back in order. I just threw them on the floor, so I can't find it. Let me just find it so you can check it out. But it says 2040 it'll be completely dried up. Yeah, I'll go find it. I've got it. I've got it. Is it the Everite? Let me spell it out here. EUPHRATE. And it is drying up. And it's very biblical. It did say in the Bible as well, once it's dried up, 4 fallen angels, because they're bound there, but once it dries up, they will be set free. So what I'm saying is to create war, to create civil unrest, to create famine, to create a lot of chaos, can really bring our energies down low. And that's where these demonic parasites will start to keep us in this lower density, because this is at the crucial time to keep our energies high and higher vibration. Okay, I want to get now, I'm going to get the tarot cards now with this. Now I've said all that, took 30 minutes, but yeah, I'm sure that you'd know a lot more than me, but I was just got drawn to all of that. It's all to do with good over evil, God over evil. It is Judgment Day for all of us, all of us. We're all looking at things, looking within ourselves as well. Okay, let's get some clarification on Revelation. What strategy is happening for the collective? What strategies are happening for the collective? Okay, there's new ideas coming in. Knowledge, restless. There's restlessness. Negotiations. Messages are coming in. I did already say that messages, information's coming out. There is going to be a victory in this strategy. And this reminds me of the first seal. Is it the Antichrist, or is it somebody that's going to be pure at heart, with pure intent for the human race? But this, it's saying here it's going to be good news, it's going to be a good fortune. Okay, we got King of Pentacles here. Leadership, yeah. Authority. Very disciplined. So, give me some more information. Okay. Betrayal and deception. Getting away with something and acting strategically. Trickery and fraud. That's interesting. Who is this Seven of Swords? Six of Swords. Transmission, moving on, change, leaving behind, releasing. So the victory is of releasing anything that is deception, dishonesty, fraud, trickery. It's releasing, leaving it behind, leaving evil behind. And justice, fairness and truth, cause and effect. I like that. I feel that feels good to me. That's a really good energy. Okay, let's go with patience. We're all needing patience, okay. Okay, patience. Okay. Patience is about you just focusing on what it is that you need to do in your 3D. What is it that you want to create? Yeah, patience. Patience is about you defending your beliefs and defending your truth. Patience is about you now creating what it is that you want to create. You have the Ace of Cups, which is about love and compassion. The Empress. Patience is about the Empress, who's nurturing the divine feminine. Evolution. It's all for your growth. And the High Priestess. Intuition, sacred knowledge, subconscious, spirituality and divine feminine. This is where you're moving to. This is what all of your patient has been about, everything in divine timing. This is where you're moving to. You may also be the High Priestess, the Empress energy, but you'll be stepping into whatever it is that you're creating to help others. It's going to bring in a lot of opportunities for you. A lot of financial opportunities. New career that you're moving to. Okay, let's get some more clarification now on Archangel Shamrock. It was all about love, peace and harmony. Strength, inner strength. The energy that I'm getting from Archangel Shamrock is to bring in all of this information to highlight everything that's I'm giving you right now. We're going to be hearing more of the world leader. I do feel this is to do with one world government, I feel. And it was all about which one is it going to be? Is it going to be pure in art leader, or is it going to be an antichrist? But I feel it's good. Okay, Archangel Shamrock is bringing in a lot of strength for us all, courage and passion to stay focused. Hard work, financial growth and achievements. It's about staying focused on what you're doing. Okay. It's a unified love, a partnership, a marriage. Coming into union. Coming into union with yourself. Coming into union with the divine. Coming into union with God. It's all conditional love of self, which is going to bring in and reap in a lot of abundance. You're a master. You're a master at what you do. Very positive. You've got great potential. Got talents and skills for what you want to achieve. It really feels as if this energy, this opposing forces I'm picking up, where you've done a lot of work, a lot of healing, a lot of deeper healing on yourself. You're moving into the right vibration for you to achieve what you need to, what you want to achieve. And what I'm picking up is you're going to be placed in the right position. You're going to be put in the right position for you to help others. I don't know what your work is. Could be, well, it's healing, whatever it is. You've got the High Priestess, which is about intuition, sacred knowledge. You hold the mysteries of life. The High Priestess also sees. She can see what others can't see. That's where your patience has come from, because you can see what's going on. You're not worrying about it, you're just trusting, having faith. All these are very, very positive. I really like that. Okay. Let's have a look at redemption. Okay, I want to get clarified first with the second chakra, which is Archangel Uriel. And she's the protector of Mother Earth and all of our resources. She will protect it. Evil wants to destroy it. Four of Cups. Okay, it's about meditating. She feels that people are disconnected from Mother Earth. Yeah, a lot of conflict, a lot of tension, very territorial. Reminds me very much of this. A lot of clashing of egos. I feel this is that like civil unrest, it feels to me in the 3D. It feels very, and war, just this anger, a lot of anger. A lot of territorial conflicts, disagreements, clashing of egos, very petty arguments. That's what Archangel Uriel is saying. They're petty arguments where it should be opportunities for happiness, for love. I'm picking up about learning. You'll learn. It's all this, everything that's happening. God, I tell you, I'm picking up because I picked it up last night. Through every war that we've had to go through, there will always be a parent that is suffering bereavement. Eventually, every parent gathers together. Don't matter what nationality, it doesn't matter where they're from around the world, but every parent has suffered a grief of a child. And eventually, all of these parents, or in their bloodline, want peace. They don't want war. They don't want conflict. They don't want losses, unnecessary losses. And this is what the Page of Cups is showing me. It's about gaining opportunities to see something more. That's why she's asking you to meditate, to ground, to get more grounded into yourself and find your answers. Because I feel that like social media, or you know, the news that gives you all not the right information. Okay, the man holding the coin. You've got the Emperor here, which is the Mars energy, fire energy. It's all about rules and power and authority. It's a father figure, but it could be leadership. Could be a protector. But we're talking about 3D here, so we're going to go through a lot of tense. 10 of Wands. Yeah. It's a lot of burdens, hard work, overloaded, carrying too much stress. So this is the Emperor, where it's all to do with money. Whoever is in control of the world, it's all about putting too much pressure on us. Stress, keep going until we drop down dead. Just keep on working, 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 working. Really burdened out, stressed out. Because it's the man holding the coin. And that's the Fool card. Okay, so new beginnings for possibilities. Stepping into something new. So either getting caught up, getting trapped in the matrix, or breaking free from the matrix. Can't literally break free from the matrix, but consciously you can. And the only way you can do that is when you start working through the belief system. It's deep soul healing that's taking place for the collective. So that you can trust in life again. I've got a Rainers card here. Yeah. So, this King of Coins, it's all about burden, taking on extra responsibilities and hard work, carrying too much stress, and just keep on going. So that's slavery, just keep going, keep going. And that's governing that is also the 7 of Wands, which is challenges, competitions, defensive, maintaining control. You either hold your own and stand up, or you carry on being a slave to the system. Again, I keep going back to this. This is the overall energy, overall, all of this reading. Conflict. We've also got the 5 of Wands. A lot of fire. A lot of fire. Okay, let's get the reading for the door to value. It's how we value ourselves, isn't it? You know, when people say, oh, buy your own, get your own property, buy your own property, or get your own business, or do, you know, it's all to do with getting caught up, being trapped, getting caught up in that trap. I see it, and you put your value on what you've got, your possessions. Okay, the door to value. Okay, another fire sign, King of Wands. Okay, what's that say? Entrepreneur. The door to value. So the door to value is about the more that you got, the more important you are. But the 7 seals is all to do with, it doesn't matter if you've got money or not. The Wrath of God is how pure your intent was to get there. I feel that there's a good majority who is, it's like looking back at the past of how we used to see things, how we used to see our family values. So I feel that family values is being questioned because it's caught up in the belief system. Are they good memories or bad memories? This is leading me back to, hold on a minute. This is leading me back to the very beginning of this, where it was to do with just reading what was said in the Bible. Disclosure of the divine truth, purpose or knowledge previously hidden from humanity, often through supernatural means like visions and spiritual insights. It's all to do. Yeah. So the revelation means to reveal or unveil or to make known. The Bible assures us that the secret things belong to the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong to us and our children forever. And it really, the energy I'm picking up, it's like it belongs to us, that freedom belongs to us, but we're really caught up in these restrictions, these lies, manipulations, control. So with the value to money becomes questionable. Is it worth it? Is it worth living, working until you retire? Well, by then you're too old to even enjoy your retirement. And that's what's been questionable. That's what people's waking up to. The rat race, the control, the manipulation. Okay. Let's get a message from the angels. I just looked underneath and it was Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are beating, which enables you to open a greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. That's quite an appropriate card. I'm going to keep that. Let's... Okay. I am called the psychiatrist angel because I help to heal toxins from people's thoughts and emotions. I am especially able to release stubborn anger and unforgiveness. I am with you right now to clear away such toxins. I would also like to work with you to help others clear away their emotional and psychological blocks. All this is in shadow. My healing work is subtle, if that's a word. I never force it on anyone like you. I believe that it is best to wait until someone approaches me and directly request guidance or assistance. Then I simply and lovingly ask them to be willing to release toxins from their mind and heart. If they are willing to do so, then the release will occur. In this way, the person retains their dignity and control while choosing to be clear of lower energies. And I did mention about the civil unrest, this warfare. that's being created for fear. It's out of fear, to keep us in a lower vibration. But you've got Archangel Uriel, Archangel Shamral, and Archangel Ariel. 3 archangels in this reading. Mystique underneath that, which is keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miracles, solutions to appear. Miraculous. Why can't I get my words out? Expect, let's say, miracles and solutions to appear. Mystique, I'll read this one as well. You are on the right path, although you might seem to take a long time and a lot of time and effort. Keep up the good work. You are definitely making progress towards your intended outcome. Sometimes flexibility is called for when you are working towards an aim, but in this instance, you need to stay firm in your convictions. Compromise will only water down the divine plan that you've manifesting. I can't quite see that. Resist the urge to bend or to please others. In the end, these individuals will be pleased by the outcome. You're following the divine course. Others may not be privy to the same vision that you're following. Do your best to explain this vision to the others involved, but don't feel the need to defend your actions. Look at my picture. I am coming out of the darkness and into the light. You can see that. Okay. So are you. I am coming out of the darkness into the light. So are you. You know what you are doing. We in heaven are here to back you up fully. So patience is also required. Everything is happening in divine timing. You are moving into the direction that you're meant to be moving into. You are the Empress. You're also the High Priestess. Okay. You have the Ace of Cups, which is all to do with love and compassion and creativity. New feelings are unfolding. You're shifting onto, again, it feels like a timeline, a new timeline. I feel you're very, very fast in thinking and planning and strategizing. This is what you're learning. Moving fast in your thought of the next steps to take. I won't be at all surprised you've got one of those checklists. Okay, that's what I've got. So, yeah, this is what I've got for the overall energy for the collective. Quite interesting. But I do honestly feel that it's this kind of civil unrest and warfare. All of this is happening because it's to create fear. It's to create fear. But at the same time, there's still good in this, because at the same time, there are also evil people that's been taken out as well. I feel this is where we need to have faith. Faith in the divine and patience. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and thank you so much for joining me. God bless.